Before you
All
go
right,
on,
everybody, we are live, Dynasty Mirror Search for Huru, and I have the sister Ezewynne with us. And today we're going to be discussing, because I saw this video, in fact, I saw a couple videos in regards to Nigerians in particular regretting relocating from Nigeria to America. And a lot of times, a lot of Africans, not only this is not just limited to Nigerians, but they're given this idea that America is the land of milk and honey. That America, there's money just literally in the streets, literally. Because if anybody knows, when you walk through the streets of Africa, you won't find change laying around. But here in America, you'll find pennies, quarters, nickels, sometimes even some cash currency or paper money just laying around. Another thing too, a lot of times family members who have made the move from any African country, not just Nigeria, to America, aren't necessarily honest or transparent in regards to their experiences or experience here in America. There's working 3 or 4 jobs. Of course, you go to New York where Ezewynne is, and the rents are high, so then you have to get a number of jobs. But then at the same time, there are a lot of Nigerian success stories. From my understanding, Nigerians per capita make the most money as far as immigrants go and are the most educated. But again, there's still a lot who regret, but at the same time don't really want to go back because they don't want to be viewed as a failure. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm just talking. But everything I said so far, am I right? Am I wrong?
me, you want me to respond?
Yeah. We're live.
There's a lot of truth to a lot of things you said. I would say yes and no to some of what you said.
Okay. What do you agree with me with, and what do you disagree with me on?
I do disagree with you on the area of people saying, like when you said people think that this land with milk and honey, something to that effect, or the land of opportunity, and that it's a fallacy. I don't agree with that. For a lot of us from Nigeria, it has been a way to a much better life. We've achieved things that we could only dream of in Nigeria. So that's been my truth and the truth of most people, most Nigerians that I know. They may struggle in the beginning, they may have a hard time in the beginning, but every Nigerian that I know, I can say end up doing very well. So for us, it really is an opportunity.
And then as far as what areas do you, I guess, agree with me in, or agree with me with?
Um,
Hello?
should I speak on my regrets? So would that almost answer the same? Would that be answering the same question?
Yeah. Well, that's fine. You can speak on your regrets. Go ahead.
Um,
In fact, tell people who you are, where you come from.
okay. My
All that
name,
good stuff.
okay, my name is Ezewynne. I've lived here for some time. I'm in the medical profession, and I've been here for some years, and I've achieved a lot. For me, I've had a very successful life. I've achieved a lot. I've accomplished things that I would never have accomplished in Nigeria. What I do regret, where I feel a lot of regret, is that when it comes to the area of marriage, I feel that being in America limited me. And it's something that I have not been able to have being here, and that's the regret that I do have coming here. But from educationally, financially, success, no, I have no regrets. I've gained a lot here.
You said limited you. What limited you?
Wow. I just don't think it just, for me, it's not been good. For me, I would have loved to be married, to be honest. This is not
Oh, we just got a question in the chat room for you. But go ahead and finish, and I'll ask the question. Go ahead.
Wow. Yeah, I saw the question. Um, oh, I'm sorry, I apologize. What was the question again?
What do you regret?
I just don't, to be brutally honest, I just don't think that being a black woman in America, that this is a place to find a husband. I just, it hasn't worked for me. That's my reality.
And we talked about this offline a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as especially an African woman
Mm-hmm.
trying to balance corporate America and finding love, because I know a lot of African women in their 30s who are single, not married, and I know when you go back home and your uncles, aunts, parents ask you,
Mm-hmm.
why aren't you married? What's going on? You know, I know they take that serious. Like, how does that affect you? I'm meaning a lot. I mean, it's normal now. A lot of African women that I run into, first generation African women here in America, I guess they haven't gotten the work life and balance the work life with finding a husband. What are your thoughts on that?
Wow, this goes into a myriad of topics. Okay,
Let's speak on it.
okay. When you say balance, okay, here's the myriad of topics, and I'm going to be real and raw.
Go ahead.
In Nigeria, we made our friends at work, we made our friends at school, and we kept in contact with each other. We called each other, we stayed in touch. What I found, and my mother warned me about this before I came, in this society, people don't keep in touch with one another. You can work with people for years, you can hang out, you can stay with each other for years. Nobody hangs out with each other. People don't pick up the phone to call you unless it's for something their own self-serving interest. So how do you have a social circle? How do you maintain friends? How do you get to that place where, okay, you call me, we'll do this together, and in that way you start to meet people that way? I don't find that in this society. So I feel that also is a deterrent in, trying to have that social life that will allow you to meet people, to date, and possibly get married. So that's one aspect.
I'm gonna say, so number one, I think issue number one, you're in New York City.
Yeah.
It's strictly grind 24/7 in New York City.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, you're a woman. Like, I do not know too many women who will keep the same friends for more than like 3 or 4 years. Like, women are very petty towards each other. Here in America, they'll fall out over anything.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, but there are a lot of there are a lot of Nigerians in New York. Have you, kicked it or hung out or connected with the Nigerian community in New York City?
Wow. Okay. Another interesting topic. For quite a while, I didn't really intermingle with my people. I just started doing that. But once again, it now comes back to time. Like, I'm in healthcare. I'm a clinician, and our hours I work from 7 to 7.
That's a problem right there. One of them, but go ahead.
Okay, so I work from 7 to 7. Usually on the days off that you do have, you're very tired. You're trying to use that to cook your food, do your errands and everything. I tried to join a church, maybe join the choir, because I can sing. That is an attribute of mine. But once again,
Not to cut you off, a Black American church, like Nigerian church, or kind of church?
Actually Nigerian church. I started.
Okay. Go ahead.
And then what happens is that it's like, what happens also too is some of the Nigerians all start to adopt the American ways. And it may not even be that they mean any harm, but because they have the obligations of work, childcare, they can't keep in touch, then to also find time to be part of these church activities, I'm not able to, because maybe rehearsal is at a certain time and I'm at work, or maybe the time to perform and I'm working. So trying to get that social circle has been very, very difficult for me.
So, as far as your love life goes, do you think you'll have to resettle in Nigeria? Like, what?
Um, I feel like that's the best option, because, as I said, going judging by what I've experienced here and tried, it doesn't seem to be the case. If, like I said, people were social the way we were in Nigeria, I think the prospects would be so much better. But when you don't really have much of a social life outside work, and I'm just talking from my own experience, maybe for someone.
No, but this is common. But listen, this is common amongst educated African women, because African women are very educated, they hold degrees, but their work schedules are 7 to 7. I mean, this is like what you're saying is not unique to you. This is very common, very common.
Okay, well, I'm kind of glad you said that, because sometimes I feel like, I was telling my friend this morning, I said, I just feel like there's this curse on me. Like, you're looking at everybody else. Every time you turn around, this one is married, this one is having a baby, and you're in the same place. So
no, it's not. It's not just limited to you. I promise you. You there? Hello? Did we lose you? Hello? I hope we didn't lose a sister. All right, so hopefully she comes back on here shortly. Everybody, thank you for joining us. I don't know. Whatever you do, don't do it again. We had lost you. You had disappeared. You there?
I didn't do anything, Dynas.
Oh, okay. Okay, so you're back.
Where did I cut off?
I think you cut off. You were talking to your friend.
No, I was just talking to my friend and I was just saying that I just wonder, sometimes you feel like you're alone in this. So when you tell me that this is common,
very.
I don't feel so crazy. Okay. What I was saying is that in Nigeria, marriage is respected. It is viewed as something very important. It's very part of the culture. So I think when it's part of the culture, I believe it's easier.
Okay. Now, somebody made a great point in the chat room. Gabby Twin says, y'all came here wanting the same American dream, which is get the bag culture. How do you feel about that statement? Hello? You there? Yeah, okay, we hear you.
Okay, yeah, I don't know why we keep cutting off.
Are you on your laptop or your phone?
No, I'm on my laptop.
Okay. All right. Did you hear the question?
No, what was the question?
All right, so somebody in the chat room says, y'all came here wanting the same American dream, which is get the bag culture. So now what you have to understand here in America is get the bag, then everything else. So the bag comes before marriage. Did you know that before you came over here?
My mother told me about that. She kind of was even reluctant for me coming here for that very, very reason. She said that when she was in America, she saw so many beautiful women who ended up alone because it just didn't seem like a high prospect. So I knew that. But, marriage is great, but being able to have a career and take care of yourself is just as important. So that was why I wanted to come here, and things in Nigeria were really bad. So it was really, really bad. And, we wanted to get out for that better life.
Okay. Now, your selection of men, would you consider dating an African American man?
Yeah.
In fact, let's back up. What were you told about Black American men before you came over?
Can I answer that question honestly without people being?
We want you to be honest. That's why you're here. We want you to be honest. We won't judge you. Go ahead.
Not good.
Okay. Go ahead. Go into detail. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, okay, you're back now. We had lost you again. I don't know what happened, but we had lost you again. But go ahead.
Okay, what was the next question?
The question was go into detail.
It wasn't the best. I don't know. That's a difficult question to answer because I don't
It's
want,
not difficult. I mean,
no,
just tell us
because
what you were doing.
I don't want anyone to feel disrespected.
No, you're not. That's why you're here. We need the answers.
Okay, it's the
Hello?
listen,
Listen, do this.
yeah.
Uh, call in on your phone because you keep going in and out.
Okay.
Yeah, can you log in with your phone, like with the link?
My phone is like all full. It won't allow me to it won't allow me to download anything.
Okay. All right. Well, just keep going. I mean, hopefully your volume or your laptop doesn't continue to go in and out.
Okay, so you're hearing me.
Yeah, we hear you now. We hear you now. Just keep going. Like you'll cut off for like 5 seconds and then you'll come back on but keep going. So what exactly? Be specific. We need the facts. What were you told about Black American men before you came over?
Violent, not responsible, lazy, um, don't get met, that do not get married, that just go from one woman to the next. Those are some of the things that we were told. And to be brutally honest, it seems to be the majority of what I see and the female friends that I have. Like most of the Black American ladies that I know, they're single mothers. The man is not there.
Uh-huh.
I had one friend, very, very responsible girl, and she opted for single motherhood. She told me, Rose, I can't keep waiting and then miss out on motherhood. And I see, and most of the women that I see, I'm around, I don't really see too many Black women getting married. I'll see other races of people, but either they're not getting married or they're just single mothers or they're alone.
Okay, I'm gonna chime in on that. So I'm gonna say this. I think a lot of men,
Mhm.
I don't know how the marriage laws are in Nigeria,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm gonna tell you what a man told me here in America.
Mm-hmm.
Black man has been married 3 times. I'm not gonna say his name.
Mm-hmm.
He said marriage is for peasants. He said if you're a man in America, you marry up.
Mm-hmm.
If you marry down, it better be a woman from a third world country and leave her in a third world country. Because the way the system is here in America,
Mm-hmm.
if you get married, it doesn't work out as a man, you could lose everything as a man that you built on your own
Mm-hmm.
before you got married.
Mm-hmm.
That's why a lot of men aren't getting married. That's part of the reason why I will not get married. I'll get married, but I will not get married here in America.
Okay.
I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just being honest. I will not get married here in America.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, it's just no matter no matter even this, like people, women will say, okay, child support is in place because there's a lot of deadbeat dads,
Mm-hmm.
right? Deadbeat dads aren't on child support.
Mm-hmm.
It's the good fathers who are on child support, who women use it to leverage it in being vindictive,
Mm-hmm.
you know. Because I mean, a deadbeat dad, you put him on child support, you might get $50 a month, if even that. That's why I mean, that you get divorced. I know men who got divorced and lost everything.
Mm-hmm.
Lost everything. It's just not worth it. I'm talking about, they had a big house. Now they're staying in studio apartments and paying alimony and child support. Nah, like I said, I'll be getting married in Africa. Period.
Mm-hmm.
Because
So
as a
that.
man, I just ain't got time for all the paperwork, and it's different. It's different out here. And then like the brother, the Hoji K saying, what Dynas is saying is not just a Black community issue. It's a first world industrialized country issue that affects whites as well. He's true. I mean, this marriage situation here in America affects everybody because you just could lose everything.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not worth it. I mean, that's just me personally. And that's how a lot of men think.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, again, child support, divorce, you know, you got to face all of that. Alimony. I mean, what's this guy's name? Jesse, guys, who's the light-skinned guy that said black girls are magical? What's his name? Jesse Williams, is that his name? Here we go. Jesse Williams. So Jesse, you know who Jesse Williams is?
No.
Hold on, let me show you this. See, this is why men are getting.
For some reason, your screen is okay. Wait, let me see. Okay, I see now. Okay, go ahead.
Hold on one second. I'm gonna share the screen real quick. Give me 1 second. Share your entire screen. Let me share this real quick. Jesse Williams, right here. So Jesse Williams, married. All right. Divorces his wife. His wife tells him that $50,000 a month isn't cutting it in alimony. $50,000 a month. She wants 50. She's getting $50,000 a month. Now, do you need $50,000? I mean, you could put your kids in the best school on the planet, have a garage full of Benzes, $1 million home, live in chef, nanny. You don't need $50,000 for all that. She's trying to say she spends $73,000 a month. I'm not buying it. Not at all. That's bullshit. For 2 kids, $73,000 per month in child support and alimony. You trying to tell me $50,000 isn't enough? Mm-hmm. Come on. So this is why men are saying, fuck this shit. The system is rigged against us. And this isn't just a black thing. It's a white thing. It's just a man thing. Mm-hmm. So this is what you walked into when you came to America. Men are saying, fuck this. That's what I'm saying. My wife will be on a continent. Because to deal with this, going back and forth to court, you know, let's see here. She also wants him to pay her, you know, $200,000 in lawyer fees. No one has time for that. You know, it's not, I think in a lot of men's eyes and mine as well, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Mm-hmm. Now, let me ask you this too. Are you an African feminist?
I'm very glad you asked me that question. I'm sorry if I sound stupid. I don't understand what that word feminist is.
And I'm so happy you don't. Please don't involve yourself in it. I'm so happy that you don't understand. I'm glad. If an African woman comes to you and starts talking feminism, just run. Turn the other direction and run. That's what you do.
But can you? It's because I've never been sure what that word meant.
What feminism is? I'm gonna tell you what feminism is. All right. If you don't believe in the LGBT community, you're a homophobe. I ain't cooking for no black man, and where the white men at? That's feminism. Oh
no, that's not me. That's zero.
That's feminism.
I'm nowhere near that. If that's what it is, no. No, I do believe in cooking. To me, cooking is an expression of love. I don't see what the problem is there.
Question to Charum, do you, and we're gonna get back on topic. Do you see, okay, since you've been here in America, and we need you to be honest now. Do you see Black American men as equal to African born men? Be honest.
Woo, Jesus, what kind of honesty? I don't know. You know something, that depends. It really depends. I've seen African men and Black American men who are of equal caliber. No disrespect, based on what I've seen, not that many.
Okay. And what is, see, we should have did a different show. Like we should have changed the title, but it's all good. Mm-hmm. So what differences do you see? Like what could be changed? I know as far as the no, because don't get me wrong, Nigerian men are violent too. I'll be seeing these jungle justice videos.
Mhm.
Jungle justice. Somebody stole some gari and almost got lynched in Nigeria over some jollof fries or a $20 cell phone. So yeah. But what differences do you see?
Um, well, I guess the obvious would be culture. The culture is different, but that's the obvious. I don't even know if that is even an answer.
Well, what exactly about the culture? Because I said this when I went to Ghana, I did a video and I
Culture's different.
said there's three things that this is what's ruining the black community, especially in the inner city. It's lack of culture, no code of conduct, and drugs. So culturally, like if you could be a little more specific.
Um, in Africa, we have a way that we do things. We have a code of ethic. Like I said, in our culture, it's you have to. You are expected to be married. You are expected to be a responsible father in the home. There is an expectation, and people follow that.
Uh-huh.
I don't see that necessarily in America. It's in America. It's more like an anything goes.
Right.
So that once again, this is, I'm not even basing this on this is what they say. I'm not going by what I see. Maybe my is small, but that's what I see. Then in terms of being a professional and educated, I tend to see more of the Africans, more of them educated, more in professional jobs. Like I'm in healthcare, and majority of the doctors that I work with, who are of color, I can say based on what I've seen. I don't have statistics. I'm only going to go based on what I've seen.
No, go ahead. No, that's fine. That's fine. Alicia, Alicia gave us a disclaimer. Go ahead.
I would say like close to 99% of the black men I see are Nigerian men. I rarely have a black American doctor, maybe one or two. The rest are Indian or white, maybe one Haitian. I see a lot of professional African men in a lot of areas. I never even thought that a black man was could possibly attain that position. I don't see or come across too many with African American men.
Let me ask you this. Now, this is why I'm kind of confused. Well, this is where the disconnect is as far as in regards to, I guess, Black American men and Nigerian men. Now, everywhere I go in Africa, really everywhere on this planet, the reputation of Nigerians are bad. Like South Africa, they were blaming Nigerians on the sex trade, the drug trade. When I was in Kenya, there's a certain hold on one second. Yes, yeah. Yeah, so sorry about that. I got my son. So can you guys hear me?
I'm hearing.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, when I was in Kenya, the $50 bills had to be the $50 bills from America had to be a certain year because they said Nigerians counterfeit all the money. So of course here, and again, this is stereotyping, these Nigerian, in quotation marks, Nigerian scams. So is it a situation where a lot of Nigerians aren't honest about what's really going on amongst Nigerians? Is that an issue, you think? Because they have a bad rep. Nigerians have a bad reputation worldwide, globally. Nigerians have a bad reputation. So is it? Do you think it's just often ignored by Nigerians, or what's your opinion on that?
Nigerians have a bad reputation and they have earned it.
Okay.
Yes. They are, I will be brutally honest, they are scammers. You have to be very, very careful with them. They are very, very tricky people. They are, as far as I'm concerned, they are the most cunning people on the planet. No one has anything on a Nigerian. And I wish that all that trickery and deceit and gaming, if Nigerians used all that trickery and gaming that they did for good, Nigeria would be the greatest superpower, greater than all the superpowers put together. I said it.
Listen, Nigeria should be Dubai times 10.
Amen.
But we know what's going on where you're from in Nigeria, the Niger Delta. I mean, you're from the Niger Delta area, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the Niger Delta area alone should be Dubai with the amount of oil. So yeah. But let's get back on topic. So the relationship issue, again, you're not alone. This is common amongst a lot of educated, professional African women. They just can't find men in America. And, you know, African parents and African uncles, they not playing that. You know, I've been offered to be a sperm donor by a Nigerian girl. She wants me to be a sperm donor, but it's like, look, I can't do it because of the system. It's not worth it. I already got one son. It's just the cost. I can't do it because of the system. You know, because at any moment here in America, a woman could leverage the system if she wants to, and the man will lose. So it's not worth it. Now in Africa, totally different.
Exactly.
Totally different. But here in America, it's just not worth it. Just me honestly.
It's true. It's very true. And thank you for telling me that, because that could be part of the problem. In fact, I have suspected that could be part of the problem. And the opposite is the case in Africa. It's more advantageous it can be 50-50, because some women come into better living through the woman through the man that they marry. It's a come up for them depending on who they marry. Although I'm being told that that's slowly starting to change. African men now want African women who have something to bring to the table. They no longer want the liabilities of yesteryear. But a lot of times it can be very disadvantageous to the woman over there, because you don't have rights. Women are not respected. In America, you hit a woman and you call the police. Well, you know what the business is. In Nigeria, you call the police will laugh at you, maybe slap you too. So it's more of a man's world in Nigeria. You don't have the same rights.
Have you been following the case of what's her name, Alazi?
Yeah, I commented on that yesterday when you spoke.
Oh, you did? Okay. I wonder if that's going to be interesting how that plays out. So
that really is going to be interesting, and don't be surprised he goes free.
Of course. White man in Africa, you know, in a jail. Do they place white men in jails in Africa?
As generals?
No, in jail.
I've never known. I have never known that to happen. And let me tell you something that is utterly disgusting, which is why I really like this show and people to light. I was watching a show, and this man said that if a white man does something bad to a Nigerian man, the police officer, even if that white man was clearly wrong, this is to show you the brainwashing, the idiocy. Even if that white man was dead wrong, do you know that the Nigerian man or the African man will be in trouble by his African police, unless this African man was maybe a man of wealth?
Correct. Yeah, I know. It's just the level of just stupid and the mentality over, and you know, our brothers just have. It's sickening. But you know, let me ask you this. Okay, so there are a lot of Nigerians in London, a lot here in America. Why did you choose America over Europe?
My father, it was really bad. I was born here. So I grew up in Nigeria and I grew up in America.
Okay, so you're born here and went back to Nigeria.
Yeah,
Okay.
So I grew up in both places, and so America would be the natural choice.
Okay.
And
Okay.
thank God.
Why do you say thank God? Do you think Nigerians are doing better over here than in a place like London?
I believe so.
Okay.
I believe that they're doing a lot better. And can you hear
Yeah,
me?
are you
Wait.
fine? Go ahead.
Okay. And also too, even though we still deal with racism, there's still a level of respect, right, and protection that we have in America that I hear is really not existent in Europe, places like Britain.
You,
So
you said something. You said a level of protection. Go into detail about that. What level of protection do Nigerians have in America that they might even have more than Black Americans? If
oh well, when I was saying that, I wasn't even referring to Nigerians. I was just referring to anyone of the darker hue, black skin. I think there are just certain rights that we have, that you like we have the so-called affirmative action. I think we can. I don't. Is there any black person in the House of Parliament in London? I don't think so.
oh,
Um,
so you're saying that Black people aren't represented. You just made a great point. I never thought about that. Black people aren't really represented in politics in London or in the UK. I never thought about that.
yeah, I don't think there's any such type of people. I think that blacks here attain positions that I don't think they would ever have in London. So even though we still are dealing with racism, still the civil rights still has taken us at least much farther up than where we would be if we were in London.
Somebody just made a great point in the chat room. Great question. Now, your parents are Nigerian,
Hmm.
but you were born in America.
Hmm.
Why do you identify as Nigerian and not African American?
Because that's what I am. I know my roots. I know my exact connection. You understand I think that people here will say African American because they really don't know. So they just know, if they believe that, because some claim that they're not African. But if they believe that there's any connection to Africa, they will say African American. I know my exact place of origin. I grew up in Nigeria. So naturally, I would take Nigerian American, and I'm very proud of that.
Okay. Now, let me ask you this: when you came, well, you were born here in America, obviously. When you came back, or when your parents came to America, did they know the contributions that Black Americans made to make it possible for them to even immigrate to America?
No, they did not know that. In fact, I have had to educate my parents on that, because to be brutally honest, behind closed doors, they don't say a lot of very nice things. And I really have to check them on that. And I tell them, no, 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 no. The reason we're able to come here, the reason we even want to come here, is because we're doing it off the backs of Black Americans. So they don't know that. You see, when Africans come here, they're on a survival mode. They're not about any, their main thing is, I want to get out of poverty, I want to get out of suffering and live well. So they don't even think that far.
You there?
Yes. Did you hear me?
Yeah, it went out for a second, but go
No,
ahead.
let me repeat. I said that many times when Africans come here, they're on survival mode.
Uh-huh.
They're thinking of getting out of poverty, out of suffering. They want a better life. So they're not thinking about some of the other issues that a person who has a degree of comfortability has when they're here. So they're not thinking that far. They don't know. They really, really do not know. They're very ignorant of
I mean,
the struggle.
do they even attempt to learn more at all in regards to
Um,
the contributions that Black Americans made to make it even possible for them to come into a situation that's already established where they can be successful?
to be honest with you, Dinez, I don't even think that's in their consciousness. I don't think that's something that I would, to even go as far as do they make an attempt. I don't even think. I don't think that even know that even exists. I don't think that even comes to mind.
Hmm. Wow. Now, but what's their, okay, so when Nigerians come to America, uh, once they come, do they ever plan on going back permanently? Or is it just kind of like a one-way ticket?
Repeat what you said. You locked out.
When when Nigerians come over here to America, do they ever plan on returning back permanently for the most part? The majority, okay, the majority of Nigerians that you've come across or interacted with, do they plan on going back to Nigeria?
A lot of them do. A lot of them do. In fact, back in the day, I was told, back in the day, nobody really wanted to stay in America. They came basically for education and they went back. But when things got really, really bad, people, started to stay. Most of the people I talked to said they're going to go back, but they want to go back as retirees. But very few say they want to stay here permanently. Very few.
Uh-huh. So you're so we're gonna, I'm gonna ask this question and we're gonna build on this a little bit more. So a lot of the majority of Nigerians are ignorant when it comes to that there would be no United States of America if it wasn't for the African American. As far as building.
That like maybe some are starting to know now, but a lot of them, it's just not in there. I don't know how to explain it to that far. These are people who are coming from places where there are no jobs for years. They know what it is not to have a meal. When they come here, all they're thinking about is, I want a job, I want to live well. That doesn't really come to mind. And then the ones who do, honestly, I don't even know if they care. I hate to say this, but I don't even know if they really care or if it really means anything to them.
Okay, the food. Let's deal with the food. How do you the food? Is there a big difference between the food here in America, Nigerian food versus the food Nigerian food in America? I mean, in Nigeria.
Absolutely. Big difference. The meat tastes so much better over there. The same thing with the chicken. One time I was with my mom and she took a bite into an onion. And I'm like, what the hell is she taking a bite into an onion? I couldn't understand that until one day she put some raw onion in my food. It was so sweet. I couldn't believe it. I had a tomato that tasted almost like a cantaloupe. The food is way better. Just tastes much better, and you skin within a short period of time.
Hey, everybody. Okay, so we have 146 people watching. We only have 48 likes. I'm gonna need you guys to get the likes up, please. Please get the likes up. Hit the like button. Again, if you're not super chatting, you can at least share and like. It doesn't cost anything to share and like the video. So if you're not gonna super chat, at least share and like. That's all I ask for. And subscribe if you're new to this platform. Now, okay, so the food, love life is struggling. Is that fair to say? Yeah, no.
No, the food. I wouldn't say that the food here is like terrible, terrible, terrible. But in terms of authenticity, over there, it's way better. I would, on a scale of 1 to 10, if African food A+, American, depending on what, I'll give it a maybe 6 or a 7. And then let's not talk about the GMOs and all that other, that.
What's I had some I forgot what it was, man. I had some, is it Ugusi? Ugusi? Am I saying it right?
Oh yeah, Gusi soup.
Yeah, I had it here. It was so bad. I hope it's not nasty when I go to Nigeria. Everybody, I will be in Nigeria end of August. I'm sorry, first 2 weeks in August. I will be in Nigeria. I'll be in Kweku. Thank you for the super chat. I'll be in Benin City. I'm gonna go to Il Ife. I'm gonna go to Lagos. Try to go to the shrine. Holla at Seun Kuti and them. and then I'm gonna go to where the Osun Festival is. So I will be. She's Igbo. You're Igbo, correct? Ezewynne?
Yeah.
It's the one.
Yes.
She's Igbo. Mr. Team Solutions. Mr. Team Solutions. Are you Igbo as well? Yeah, El Ife. I'm going to El Ife, everybody. I'm gonna holla at the Obi. Is it the Ubi? The Obi? Am I saying it right? The Obi?
Oba.
Oba. Well, the Oba is a Benin city. I think the
You're
yeah, I'm
talking
going to
about
those
the
two
king.
festival. Huh?
You're referring to, when you say you're referring to the king, the leader.
Right.
There's pronounced Oba.
Oba. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go see him. Go holla at him. Sit down with him and chop it up with him. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. She's Igbo, Mr. Team Solutions. What are you? What are you? What are you? All right. So, I mean, what other regrets do you have in regards to America?
That's really, it's only the marriage part is the only thing that's the regret. I don't regret anything because, like I said, is that it's just not there. From the education system, healthcare, you know, assistance is, oh, okay. Another great one is in this country that you will be provided money for education. No one is doing that for you in Africa. And even though the capability is there, but as you already know from listening to our shows, we are ruled by some very disgusting, greedy people who keep the money for themselves. So there is I don't regret. I have no regrets coming here. It's only, like I said, I feel like I've missed out on the area of having a great social life and being married. That's my only regret.
Have you ever considered relocating from New York City?
Which is why I love. Oh, you mean wait, relocating from New York City to another place, or relocating from New York City to Africa?
Well, I don't know when you plan on going back to Africa, but if it's if it's years down the road, have you ever considered relocating to another city here in America?
Not really. My goal, really, I really want to relocate back to Nigeria. I really want to go back. I no longer want to live in the United States. But I said that if I go back and it doesn't work out, I was thinking maybe if I come back, I wouldn't come back to New York, maybe try Texas.
Well, now, from my understanding, Houston, Texas has like the second largest Nigerian population outside of Nigeria.
Yeah.
You never know. It's a little bit, it's not as fast paced, so it's a little bit slower. So somebody in the chat wants to know that since since you've been here in America, do you feel as if you're stealing opportunities from African Americans?
No, I do not.
Okay.
No one's stealing any opportunities. I'm going to answer that. No one is stealing any opportunities from anyone. The opportunities are there. You take it. Okay. Now this is where maybe people will get angry and
go ahead.
Too bad. If you're gonna, because you said something, your people, I've had this argument with people. Now I now understand that there's more to it than meets the eye, but you said that African Americans were the ones who fought for these rights. So if you want to sit back and let other people take your opportunities and you don't take advantage of them, that's that individual's problem. I'm not stealing anyone's opportunity. I was born in America. That makes me a citizen. That's number one. And number two, opportunity is there. It's yours for the taking. Either take it or get left behind. But don't accuse me of trying to take away. I'm not taking away any of your opportunities. At the end of the day, the white man sees all of us as black. He doesn't see us any as better. So you take that opportunity and don't go blaming someone else because that individual failed or didn't want to do what they had to do.
Now, he followed up with the next question, which is true. In South Africa, because South Africans felt as if Nigerians were taking opportunities, they were killing them in the streets with machetes. How do you feel about that?
I honestly speaking, I don't know too much about that whole story, but that really it comes down to the same nonsense. You know, okay, they took your opportunities. What did you do? What were you doing? Because most of the time in these places, people prefer their own. They really don't like to deal with foreigners. They prefer their own people. But when their own people are not stepping up to it or don't want to be bothered doing certain things, then they deal with these other people. I had to, I'll give you an example. I had to do a history paper in college. And
Uh-huh.
when I was doing that research in America, the Americans were having a hard time getting the Irish to work. The Irish did not want to work. They were not interested in the labor, so they had to hire the Indians because the Indians were willing to do whatever it had to take. Then the Irish got angry and started killing them off, but they did not want to do that work. So now you get angry for the person who is picking up what you don't want to do. And many times when the Africans come here, they're not picking up those great, choicey jobs.
Mm, mm. So then the question is to a lot of immigrants in general, not just limited to African immigrants. So why don't you guys create opportunities in your own country?
We would love to create opportunities in our own country. And that's part of the reason why I would love to go back. But we are fighting the forces that I'm sure you already know. I'm sure whatever I'm about to say, you already know.
All
You
right.
cannot create opportunities when you have governments that purposely destroy people, that purposely keep money for themselves, that when you don't, they don't, it, Africa, Nigeria, I'm sorry to say, to some degree, is not a breeding ground for creativity because of all the corruption. So it frustrates a lot of people. There are people who have gone back to Africa with great dreams of wanting to do great things and have ran right back because of evil, corrupt governments. So it isn't that people aren't trying, but it is one hell of a task. Can you achieve it? Yes, you can, but it is by no means an easy task. And I know many Nigerians who told me, Rose, is why I didn't never wanted to come here, but it was just too hard.
Hmm. When do you plan on going back?
I'm thinking of maybe sometime the end of this year, but I'm not, 100% sure because, like I discussed with you, we have a big security problem, a lot of kidnapping, a lot of ritualistic killings.
So is it okay? So this is where I gotta, because the mother of my child is Nigerian,
Hmm.
and I told her, I like for her and my son to move to Nigeria so we get back on the continent. And she said everything you said, got to have security, you know, kidnappings and all that goes on. I thought she was just exaggerating. So this stuff is really cracking in Nigeria.
It really is. It is a major, major problem. That's part of the reason why you see more people coming here in droves and staying. Some are not even coming because they're not doing well. They're doing well, but the security problem is an issue. It's really bad in the Niger Delta.
Mm,
I heard that the two places I heard that are somewhat pretty much safe are Lagos and Abuja. The only
hmm.
problem with Abuja is very, very, very expensive.
Okay.
Lagos is also another secure place.
Well, Legos is crowded, overcrowded, right? Or
Yes, overcrowded, but they say there are opportunities there. But Abuja is ideal, but exorbitant. That's like the Hollywood of Nigeria, from what I'm told. The Rodeo Drive, very expensive.
mm. No, I'm not Nigerian conscious either. I'm not Nigerian. I am Black American, tribe Black American. Let's see here. Yeah, let's see. We got any more questions in the chat room before we close out. But everybody, thank you so much for joining us. I'm so happy we got the sister Ezewynne on with us today to chop it up. I hope you guys are enjoying this show. What we'll do, Ezewynne, are you busy later on tonight?
No, I'm not busy.
We got to get you to come back on. If not tonight, tomorrow.
Okay.
And you know, 20 people keep asking me how old are you, so I'm gonna let you go ahead and respond to that.
I'm gonna give you the same answer I gave Dynas. Taboo. Don't tell.
Why? I don't understand why you would not tell your age. I don't understand why. I don't understand. I had this another African girl, same thing. And guess what? She's Nigerian.
Because,
But she's Nigerian.
like I said, for particularly for a lot of us, when we're a certain age and we're not married, we feel bad about it. And so the age issue now bothers us. It shouldn't be a problem, but society makes you feel it's a problem.
All right. Well, somebody in the chat room said you got a very sexy voice. That's what Mr. Granger said.
Thank you.
And they're trying to guess your age, but we're just gonna leave it alone. We're just gonna leave it alone. That's just I guess that's a Nigerian thing. Don't want to share your age. Let me ask you: how do you feel about Black Americans who are reconnecting to Africa?
I really respect it. I hold them in very high regard. I hold them in very high regard. And because to me it shows a broader way of thinking. It to me tells a lot about the person. So I have a lot of respect for that.
Everybody, I'm 35. I'll be 30. Shit. I will be 36 on Sunday.
Wow. Happy birthday in advance.
Everybody, I will be 36 years old on Sunday. I just thought about that. Goodness, I'm getting old. I will be 36 on Sunday. Wow. Ain't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? I will be 36 on Sunday. All right, last question. What does a kata mean? That's what somebody wants to know. What's a kata mean?
As far as I know, the only thing that I know a kata means is Black American. It's a slang name. It's just, for me, it's slang. I know some people say that it's offensive. I never, when I heard the word, I never heard it as anything offensive. It was just a slang for Black American.
All right. Well, what we'll do, we'll go ahead and close out. Go ahead and if you want to share your contact information. I know you say you're interested in starting your own YouTube page, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna do it. That you're gonna do it. You're gonna start it. So when you start it, you let me know, and you come back on here. We'll have everybody subscribe to your page. How about that?
Okay. All right. Thank you for the encouragement. I appreciate it.
All right, cool. Well, if you want to give anybody your contact information or whatnot, or
okay,
go ahead and close out. Go ahead.
Okay. My best way, email EZEWYNNE@yahoo.com.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the chat real quick. Hold on 1 second. I already know there's gonna be a bunch of thirsty dudes in your chat room. That's just how they get down on my page. A bunch of thirsty dudes is gonna be in your inbox.
Okay.
You know, you might find your husband. You never know.
Who knows?
You might find your husband. But thank you for joining us. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Make sure you go to dynastymir.com, search for huru.com, go to africapersonified.africa. Make sure you go to amazon.com, search your name, Dynasty Amir. Please buy a book. Also go to search for Huru. Millset Road says he's emailing you right now.
Okay. Dynas, can I say something?
Go ahead, please. Go ahead.
Dynas, thank you so much for having me. I never do this. I don't know what I'm always postponing. Or no, I can't do this. I'm scared.
You were trying to postpone. You were trying to pretend you couldn't answer the phone.
But thank you so much for having me. And thank you for, just like enlightening me, making me know that, I'm not alone in this. Because just this morning, I was telling my friend, I feel cursed. What did I do? Did my parents do something and I'm being punished? But thank you for enlightening me that I'm not a freak of nature, to put it bluntly.
Nah, I'm telling you, I was talking to a sister from Ghana, same thing. Sister from Mali, same thing. Yeah, it's a sister from Nigeria that wants me to be a sperm donor because she said her mom told her, fuck it, you're not I don't know if you'll get married. Just have a baby. Damn it, just have a baby.
Yeah.
So yeah, but it will work out. Hopefully, it will work out.
Thank you.
Okay, sister. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us. I will be back on hopefully later on tonight. But everybody, till next time. Peace. What's in the super chat? I mean, we're about to close out, but what do I need to peep in the super chat? Time will tell. Time will tell. Thank you for the super chat. Oh, Time will tell has a question. Just a statement.
I'm still here.
Okay. You and other Africans in America need to have more compassion for circumstances Black Americans face. Have some respect for our sacrifices. We covered that.
We covered that. I don't.
We covered that, brother. We covered that.
And
But,
and I did not negate anyone. I just said I said the opinions of what people had and some of what I've seen. But I did not negate anyone, and I was very respectful. Unlike a lot of my other African people, they will be very nasty and say some derogatory things. I know what they say. I think I've been quite respectful.
Okay. And this is the last question. And anti-gravity, this is a great question, since this deals exactly what a lot of Africans face when they come here to America. Now, I watched two interviews in regards to Nigerians who regretted coming to America. And one of the reasons was because of the workload. So the question is, why don't you just work less?
What does the system? Okay, there's two reasons for that. One thing I'll tell you about Nigerians: very, very competitive, very showy type of people. That's just the truth. They gotta have the biggest car, the biggest Mercedes, the biggest house. So they will work more to keep up with the Joneses. If you think keeping up with the Joneses is something here, multiply that to the 20th power in Africa. That's one aspect.
Wow.
Two, the cost of living. I mean, come on, you live in a place like New York City.
Yeah.
Come on, you have no other choice. You really don't have any other choice. And then if the hours are 12 hours, I can't tell the employer, well, I want to work 8 hours. The job says 12 hours. Either that or you go away. And most medical professions are 12 hours. So I think.
Right. No. Well, that answers it. So, all right, everybody. Peace.